Hello, everyone. In this topic, we're going to talk about the causal effect. So, what is causal effect compared with the correlation? So, what is causal effect? Um, the causal effect is the finding that change in one variable will lead to change in another variable. For example, um, if individuals arrested for domestic assault tend to commit fewer subsequent assault than similar individuals who are accused in the same circumstances but not arrested. So, which one is the cause and which one is the outcome? In other words, we want to exploring what caused what. So, in here that related to the relationship between independent and dependent variable. So between the cause and the effect, we know there is association between the two. There must be relationship between variables. Okay, if there's no association, then it cannot be a causal relationship. So that's simple. And also, we have to consider the time order, which happened first and which happened last. So, um, the independent variable must come before the dependent variable. Until you know which comes first, you cannot really establish a causal relationship. For example, if let children watch too much of the violent TV program or let them play too much the violent or aggressive video game, they are more likely to have a violent behavior or aggressive behavior. So in this statement, I'm not saying this is definitely true. I'm just saying that use that as an example. In this statement, which one comes first? Of course, when you make this argument, you must have a children watch TV program or play video game before their behavior happen. So the behavior is the outcome, and watching TV program or playing video game is the cause. So there is a time order, and also based on this statement, you do have the assumption that having something happen, either watching TV program or the video game, will affect the change in children behavior. There is a mechanism between cause and effect. And to figure out process of how independent variable influenced the dependent variable can increase confidence in causal effect. So before you making a hypothesis and arguing which cause what, you must have a very clear logic and evidence to prove that the cause does affect this outcome. So in here, you can see that the purple color independent variable is the cause, and the blue color dependent variable means effect or outcome. So what is the criteria for a causal relationship? The criteria is that we have to make sure it is non-spuriousness. So what is it? Non-spuriousness means a relationship between two variables is spurious if it actually caused from variation in a third variable. In other words, you want to make sure that the relationship between A and B, cause and effect, is a true effect, is not affected by something else. So here, let me give you an example. There's a study, they evaluate the elementary school, their math score. They want to see how and what factor will actually increase or decrease the math score. And then after study, they found out, well, It is interesting because they found children's shoe size will actually affect their math score. If they wear larger shoes and their math score are higher. If they wear smaller shoes, their math score actually lower. So they are wondering what caused that. Why the shoe size will affect children's math score. What do you think? Is that really a causal relationship? Does the shoe size really affect the math score? Of course not. What happened was it's the age. The older the kids, the larger the shoe size they wear, and of course, their score are higher because they study longer, they learn more, and that definitely increase their math score. So is the age or the learning time matter, not really the shoe size. So in here, in this case, if your hypothesis is that the shoe size has a effect on the outcome of a math score, then this causal effect is spurious because the relationship between these two were actually affected by the third variable. What really affect the math score is the age, not the shoe size. So finally, it is very important to understand the context of your study, of your research, especially the context of the research objective, and then the concept of your variable is very important. How to define the variable so that you can create a better measure, and then to examine the relationship between the cause and the effect. Okay,